What's up, guys? Just got back into this recycling plant. It's right next to the Akron airport in Ohio. And like I said, the supposedly the Goodyear blimp is right in front of me. Supposedly, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I never really researched where the Goodyear blimp was parked or is supposed to be parked. Uh, got the truck off, got the windows down, so you might hear some interference, some loud noises. Some other trucks are getting loaded over here. Yeah. So I've stopped smoking officially. Well, I stopped smoking cigarettes. I still do the vape, and I will live. I will stand for this. I will shout out this, and I'm not getting any payment off of shouting this out. I just know that this has helped me from smoking a pack and a half a day to smoking one of these cartridges every 2 days. And one of these cartridges is supposedly a pack of cigarettes. So that's that. The one thing I do want to talk about is the guy I was talking to last night in my other video. I mentioned that this morning. We were sitting there talking, and he had been there for, I think, 2 days, or maybe he said it was earlier that day. But he was sitting there, and he had watched somebody back into this truck trying to get into this spot, and he backed into this truck and took his bumper off and got out and looked at it, pulled up and parked like he was going to wait for the owner, and then he just took off. The guy I was talking to actually got the guy's trailer plates and the company that the guy worked for, and called him. I mean, he called him and told him what happened, and the guy left, and everything else. And some people might be, well, that guy needs to mind his own business and blah 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 blah. But what you don't understand is, if you do something like that, own it. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get a ticket. Most likely, you're gonna get, points or whatever taken off of your, that. But if you do something like that, it is way better to own it and, admit that you did something wrong, whatever the consequence is. Like I said, you need to really take responsibility for that, because I've done it. I've taken the only truck incident that I've ever had was okay. Are you ready for this? Story time, people. Story time. Not ever will I be a super trucker, because I admit my mistakes. I realize my faults, and I try to improve on them daily. Like I said, I don't claim to be perfect, and nor will I ever claim to be a perfect truck driver. Do I try my best to be as flawless as I can? Yeah, and I think every truck driver, every professional driver that is out here should strive to be flawless every day. But my very first week out, this is while I was in training, still had my CDL permit. I was in Utah, and I had to go to the restroom, so I saw a rest area, and I pulled in, and the trucks on the truck side of the rest area were all pulled out too far, so I couldn't get down either side of the truck side of the rest area. There was another truck parked on the car side, sleeping. So I was like, okay, well, this is what I'll do. I'll just go over here, go right around him, and hit the next rest area or truck stop down the road. Well, I got right beside, maybe a little bit my tractor was a little bit past the truck on my left side. The cars were parked on the right side. Well, I was going and a car started backing up really fast, and instead of letting the car hit me and it being their fault, I swerved, or I turned the wheel, and my trailer caught the front end of that Volvo semi truck that was parked there and ripped the bumper off, the deer guard and everything. Ripped it right off. No tickets were issued. Nothing really came of it. The cops did show up. There was a report, but nothing was filed. Nothing negative happened about it, because I took responsibility for my actions. I mean, regardless of, my trainer was there or whatever, but he was asleep. I could have kept rolling, and, the only way he would have found out is if the cops would have, had a video of it happening, and we got pulled over, and I got, I got arrested for a hit and run. So, but I stopped, and I knew what I had did, and it sucked. I'm telling you right now, before the cops got there, I went into the restroom and I hit the shit out of the wall with my fist. Like, I mean, I bloodied my knuckles because I was so mad at myself, because I was like, I'm gonna get out here, I'm not gonna have anything happen, I'm gonna be the best truck driver that I can be. And when that happened, it just it was soul crushing, because I didn't even realize that I had done it until I looked over to see if I cleared that truck. And by the time I looked over, it was too late. I mean, the damage was already done, and I could have reacted better, and instead of just going and tearing it the rest of the way off, I could have maybe backed up and then went around, and it would have been so bad. But I didn't do that at all. So like I said, there was damages and everything, but the good thing though is that I worked for a larger I worked for a mega carrier, and at the time, and that's who I was going through to get my CDLs. And at the time, I thought it was going to be on my record. My trainer thought it was going to be on my record, and it turns out that the two companies, my company and it was a smaller company that I was involved in doing that with, and they both come to a out-of-court agreement, and the mega carrier that I worked for wound up paying for everything, paid for everything out of pocket to fix it, to keep everything kosher, and to keep my record clean. So they really stood up for me in that situation and fixed the problem. And it was completely and totally my fault. Whether or not the guy should have been parked on that side overnight sleeping or not, it was my fault, because like I said, when I saw that car moving, I could have stopped, put it in park, and let him hit me. And instead of doing that, like I said, I didn't. I freaked out and I swerved the wheel, and yeah, that's what happened. So whenever you get in a situation like that, you just gotta own it. You gotta own up to what you did, and you gotta deal with the consequences, no matter how severe the consequences might be, because it's always better to deal with those consequences than to run from them. It'll be 10 times worse. Like I said, it's 10 times worse. And not only that, but the people, even if you do wind up, hitting another truck or whatever, if you stop and deal with it right then, that truck driver or whatever, whoever it may be, is going to be mad. But if you own up to it and you take responsibility for what you did, 9 times out of 10, that person is going to have more respect for you as a human being. and is going to be like, okay, well, yeah, this sucks, you know. Now I got to go through all this and be delayed and lose mileage, lose money. But at least the guy was up front. He stopped. He took responsibility for it, and I'm going to get it fixed. You know, but a lot of people, especially in places that don't have cameras, or that have cameras but they erase themselves like 24 hours or something. They delete that footage. You have people all the time that will hit people and just leave, and then they're stuck with the bill. And not only that, but in some cases, the company thinks that the driver did something wrong, and which is, not always the case. Sometimes it is the case, and they'll park at a truck stop, and then they'll wait until the next morning and be like, well, somebody hit me, somebody hit me. I got something tickling my arm. I think it's a hair. You gotta excuse the noise. There's another truck that's trying to back into a dock right beside of me. He doesn't know I'm doing YouTube, so. Like I said, he doesn't know that I'm doing a video right now. And yeah, this is a trucking YouTube channel for the most part. Although not all the videos are going to be about trucking. Most of them will be somewhat about trucking in general, and like I said, things that we need to do out here to keep safe and be prepared for the worst case scenario when it comes to being prepared. And like I said, this channel is meant to just be entertainment. And like I told you a few videos back, if you find value in some of the stuff I say, great, take it, use it to your advantage. But if you get on here and you want to just take it as a grain of salt, absolutely. I mean, no, this is a judgment-free zone. All comments are welcome except for the comments that I told you you'd be blocked and banned from my channel for. None of that will go on here at all. And if it gets to the point where there is, and it's becoming a common occurrence, I will delete my channel and start from scratch. So there is that. And guys, I'm starting to look like an animal. Yeah. Even from taking a shower, my hair is horrible. It never does what I want it to do. And honestly, I did have it to, down here, and I had it slicked back at one point, and this is why I didn't want a short haircut, because it does whatever this is. So yeah, but it was too much to keep up with, so I just wound up and cut it off. My beard is staying right where it is. I do have to trim it up and groom it a little bit, because like I got little uneven issues going on, and need to fix that up. But enough about me. Even though it's my YouTube channel, enough about that. Like I said, when I say we, I am, like I said, taking this load to Maysville, Kentucky, which is not too far of a drive from here, but it is a drive nonetheless. I already have a preloaded trailer where I'm going it's just a drop and hook, so I'll get there, drop it, hook it up to the next trailer, and I will be rolling again to where I need to go. So yeah, and honestly, I really hope that it doesn't take me down the routing that I went to last time when I was going to Indiana from Maysville, because I wound up on a trailway that you would be pushing it to get two cars side by side passing each other. Yeah, and I was, I wound up having to go, I think I was down to like 25 mile an hour going up a fucking hill at one point. And man, that fly is still in here and it is bugging the shit out of me. I thought I've killed it twice and it just keeps rising from the dead. And I'll be driving and it'll fucking land on my leg or my foot and I will be like, like, and I just, it's irritating the hell out of me because I don't keep that much trash in my truck. I have a trash bag that has trash in it, but it's not like dirty trash. It's not, there should not be a fly in my truck. So, like I said, we're gonna head out and yeah, I'll see you guys on the other side. Later.